I regret playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, kind of. Might be a bit confusing to understand, but just bear with me over the next few minutes. Red Dead Redemption 2 is undeniably one of the greatest video games ever made. It has one of the most compelling stories ever written. The immersion you can experience from this game is absolutely fucking phenomenal, and has become the third best-selling video game ever made, with like 80 million copies sold or something ridiculous. The game is so good, in fact, that the Red Dead Redemption 2 fanbase has become the equivalent of a cult. Kind of like how Swifties act whenever you criticize anything that Taylor Swift does. And you see, that's the problem. I wouldn't consider myself culty in the sense of a Red Dead Redemption 2 fan. However, RDR2 was the first quote-unquote story game that I ever finished. I never was really into story games beforehand. However, I heard RDR2 had good reviews. That's the reason why. But anytime I try playing a new story game, for example, Crimson Desert, I always find myself comparing other story games to RDR2 and how they quote-unquote aren't good, which is absolutely the furthest from the truth. Just because a game's story is told differently, or it goes at a different pace, or it doesn't have the same vibe or immersion, or requires a different skill level compared to RDR2, does not mean it's a bad game. Oh yeah, skill level. If you play video games semi-often, RDR2 requires the absolute minimum amount of skill in order to beat the game. You just need to know what keybinds do what, and how to use Deadeye, and you're basically set. After my first playthrough, I got so bored of using Deadeye that whenever I played the game, I only used Deadeye whenever it forced me to. Because when I didn't use it, I got better at aiming, I got better at using the gun with, or using my weapons without Deadeye, and also it made combat on horseback a lot easier, and also just made RDR Online combat a lot easier, because Deadeye isn't really an option in RDR Online. I also find it really funny that if you fail way too many times in one spot during any mission, Rockstar gives you the ability to skip to the next checkpoint after like 4 or 5 times failing or something like that, which I assume is Rockstar's way of poking fun at people who can't play an already pretty easy game. Anyways, if you are looking for a story game to play, while RDR2 is an absolute must, play other story games beforehand. Trust me, you'll enjoy those story games just as much as RDR2 if you do that. Also, if you obsess or glaze the absolute shit out of something, not only is that not healthy, but it makes you really uninteresting and really fucking corny. Anyways, if you have any suggestions on what I could have added or changed, or what kind of game you would want me to cover or play, we've got video essays, we got let's plays, we got skits, although I don't really do skits with Cricket anymore. That was like 2 years ago. That's mainly because he doesn't work on the channel anymore. It's basically all me. And if he does make a video, it's really fucking obvious how bad it is. Here are a couple examples. Anyways, let me know in the comments below on any of the things I just listed above. I'm not going to rephrase it. And it's been your boy Shocky Fish, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!